Alright, so today I wanted to show you my Stiletto switchblade collection. Now, I'm not really sure the difference in this stuff. I'm not like a really big knife enthusiast. Now, when I was a kid, we called these stilettos, and then a switchblade was like a boxy looking knife, kind of like that. And it had a switch on it, and you pushed that switch forward, and the blade would shoot out the front, and then when you pulled it back, the blade would retract back into the box, into the actual knife. That's what we call a switchblade. This is what we call a stiletto. Now, I don't know if that's correct or not. That's just what we did here where I live. Now, switchblades were like really, really illegal. Which so are the stilettos. These are still illegal. Like if they catch you with one of these, they'll just confiscate it. They can give you a fine too, but they usually just confiscate it. So I try not to carry these around with me. I do carry this one occasionally. I have another automatic knife that I use that basically is a big box knife. Has a button you push and the blade shoots out, so it's spring loaded, and then you have to grab the back of the blade and pull it back into the knife. It's kind of like a hunting knife, but they call them automatic knives. And so when you're looking up stuff online, you have to look up automatic knife to try to find some of these. So this is the first one I bought, which is like the true retro stiletto. It's like you see these in the old movies where like, hey man, you messed with my girl. So when I bought this one, I used to carry it every once in a while, but the thing I didn't like about it was the fact that that's the locking mechanism. If you don't know how these work, with that being forward, if you push the button, it won't go down, so the blade can't come out. So if it's up, you push the button, nothing happens. When you pull it back and you push the button, the blade comes out. So this being kind of loose, I didn't want to carry it, because normally what happens if you do that is this. And then you have this in your pocket. And trying to dig this out of your pants pocket is kind of a pain in the ass. According to how you put it in there. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good overall knife. It's built well. It's got a stainless steel blade on it, which is really nice. I used to use this one all the time when I first bought it, and then I just didn't like it because of the locking mechanism. I didn't want to carry it around because of that. So I ended up going back to the place where I got this, and I actually bought one that was pretty much the same. It just looks a little different, and I bought this just because I like the bowling ball looking, blade handle. They had one that was like ivory that I wanted too, but like they wanted too much money for it. So I got this one, and when I kind of got them home, I was like, man, this original black one is like really heavy. It's well built. And this one it's still heavy, but it's just a little bit lighter. It feels like maybe like some of the internals aren't made as well. The locking mechanism works okay on it. It's not the best, but if it's up, it's not going to go anywhere. Pretty much it has the exact same blade as this one, so they're pretty much the same. They're just stamped a little bit different, but they're pretty much the same blade. So I ended up liking this, but I was like, I don't know, just something about it that just kind of like, it's okay. So I went back and I found this one. And this is a kind of my go-to knife. I use this all the time. And this one has actually got a really nice wooden handle on it. And this is a really nice built knife. And the locking mechanism works really good on it, so it's not going to shake down or anything like that. You actually have to pull it down. It's not going to fall. So it's a little dirty. The blade is, because this is my go-to knife. This is a knife that I carry and pretty much use. It usually sits here on my computer table, and I use it to open boxes and letters and stuff like that. It's got a little bit of different blade. The blade is kind of shaped different. It's kind of like more of the pointy, sharpened on both sides. This one's only sharpened on one side. So This has a stainless Italian blade. Now, I don't know if that means anything. I know that the blade is stainless though, because I've like used this to cut open tons of things, and I don't take as good a care of it as I should, so it needs to be oiled, and I need to clean off the crap off the blade and resharpen it. But this is the knife that I use all the time, and this is my kind of go-to. I'm gonna buy a couple more of these because I really like these, and they're starting to get harder to find here, so I figured I'd buy a couple more of them. You know, because basically knives are changing. They don't really make these as much anymore. I noticed it, the shape of them is changing, because this is not kind of really ergonomic, you know, it's like old school. But these are the ones that I really like, just because they have that old school look to them. But yeah, really cool. Pop out, put the blade back in. You actually just push that, so the actual top of the knife rocks back. It releases the blade, and you just pull it back shut. Cool. Alright, you guys take it easy. Peace out.